Hi everyone. This morning, as it's Christmas, it occurred to me, especially as I realised how few presents I've got, that I ought to do a Christmas list. So what I'm going to do is a Christmas list using PowerApps. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go onto Office 365. I am going to go to SharePoint because that's where I'm going to keep my list. I happen to have set up a Christmas site, so what I'm going to do is actually that doesn't look right, so I'm just going to hold on for a sec. That just jumped onto the wrong site. So I need to go onto my Christmas site, which is there. And I'm on the home page. I haven't done anything fancy with this, and I am going to add a new list, and we'll call it Xmas list, and hit the create button. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add some fields. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do it's going to be a choice. A lot of these are going to be choice fields. So it's going to be I'm going to put who. Actually, well, I'll go with person. It might not let me do this. I'll just see what it does. So I am going to do Fran, Charlotte, Michael, Paul, Joe, and obviously add a few more people to that. You can add lots of people, obviously. Okay, so we're good on that. So I'm going to hit the save button. Then I'm going to do a single line of text, and this is like the present I'd like to get them, present, and I'm going to OK that. That's not a problem. I am going to go with I am going to go with another choice column. I'm going to go for purchased. Hello, that just did something weird. Purchased, and this is going to be, I'm going to do it as a, I know I can do a yes no field, but they come up slightly strangely when you end up with ones and noughts and so on, and so that's why I've chosen not to do a one of these yes no fields that you can do, and I'm just using it as a choice field. So I'm going to do that, and finally, I'm just going to do a check on this title and column settings. What I want to do is I'm going to jump onto here. I'm going to go to list settings, I think. Hit the title. The title is a required field, but I don't. It doesn't behave particularly well. Yeah, required, and I just stick a 1 in there. So that we don't have any problems later on. The title field is a required field, so there's not a lot you can do about that. So there's my Xmas list down there. That's appeared there automatically, and I have nothing in it. So person, present, purchased, and let's just see. What we've got. So I am going to now go and build my Power App. So far we're 4 minutes in. We're getting towards the app stage. So the idea with this, I'll call it Xmas list, and I'm going to go create. Okay, it's off building my app. Doesn't take it terribly long. What I will do is, in due course, I'll make this icon, or this image will be my icon for the app. So we can't get to that stage just yet. We're not far off though. Okie doke. So this is the ordinary Christmas list that's popping up. I think the first thing that I'll do is I'm going to change the theme because I'm always ending up with this theme here. Go with coral maybe. Let's see what red looks like. Anything that's Christmassy will do. No, actually, I think this forest one might be a bit more, ever so slightly more Christmassy. You can change all the colours. So what we've got so far, we've got nothing in here, and it is a bit of a problem to work with it when you've got literally nothing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in, and I am going to do. See, if we hit the drop down, in fact, it's easier to work this on the preview, which I've jumped straight into. Fran, thing. And purchased. I'm going to go no and hit the save button. And what you can see there is that it's not really telling us all the things that we want to know. I'm going to get rid of that by deleting it. It does this sort of. You do end up with this sort of behavior because it's an out of the box app. But if you sort of resize, because they're relative sizes and so on. So we have a thing. I'm just going to check what else is in here. Not very much. Yeah, you can see that there's a title in there as well, but the title doesn't have anything in there at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I am going to change it to this item to person. So we should. Don't know why it was unhappy with that. Oh, it'll be the size and so on. Dot value. Okay, so we've got Fran. She's going to get a thing, and then there's the final point is whether or not we've bought it yet or not. And I just did a copy and paste there, and we've got this item dot. It's purchased, I think. Purchased. And I think because it's a choice column, we end up having to do this dot value. And what I'm also, so what we're going to do is going to add another present here. Jump in here, hit the plus button, put another person in. We're going to go Charlotte, present, put Lego, purchased, and let's just say on this one it's a yes, and I'm going to hit the yes button there. And what I want to do is I want the fill color for this on the ones that have been purchased to be green, and the ones that haven't been purchased to be red. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'll just keep it nice and simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the fill. And I'm going to do if this. Hold on a tick. Just a little bit of experimenting going on in the background there. So I'm going to keep this nice and simple. I'm going to go click on the top no, and what I'm going to do is I need to be on the fill property, and I'm going to say if this item dot purchased dot value, oops, made a mistake, equals yes, then green, otherwise do red. And what this will do is it will show me the presents that haven't been purchased yet. The next thing that I want to do is this gallery here probably won't be searching on the right amount or on the right person, so I'm going to put Fran in there, Fran, and as you can see it doesn't filter correctly, and that is because the gallery will not be working correctly. So if I go to, I'm on the gallery now, you can see that I'm on the gallery, and what I need to do is look at items, and what I'm going to do on this, it's a very verbose way of just saying give me the Christmas list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that and I'm going to put xmas list. And what that means is that none of this particular thing here doesn't work, but I've never really found much of a use for it. So yeah, so I'm going to undo that. And what I'll do I'm going to undo that because because it's an out of the box thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the visible property and then get rid of it, and that won't affect anything else. So what I want this to do is I want it to actually I want it to be only what's in if I type in Fran, I only want to see Fran, for example. So here we go. Okay, so just looking at this list here, we can see that we've got everything here, but we're going to use a filter function to make sure that we only see a restricted amount of people. So I'm going to go onto this and I'm going to go filter Christmas list, comma, and it's person. Now ordinarily this would work, but you've actually got to put person.value, and I think this is because the field is a drop down. Sorry, it's a choice field that we created for our various people. So equals to and it's the text search box 1, text search box 1 dot text, and if we close brackets on that, we should be okay. Now well, interestingly enough, because it doesn't actually have anything in here, we're not seeing anything, but I'm just going to put Fran in there. Yeah, so she appears. What I'm going to do then is I don't like this, but I'm going to put if is blank text. Let me just work this one out. Okay, so yeah, I finally got to the formula that's going to work here. So I'm going to restart it to where we were a moment ago, and essentially we're going to put at the moment when it goes blank, it sees nothing. So I'm going to say, well, if text search box 1, actually it's an is blank function, so is blank, and then text search box 1, then xmas list, otherwise filter open brackets xmas list, and I'm expecting to have to do another bracket, which looks okay to me, and then we should, yeah, we're okay here. So I suspect there are simpler ways of doing this rather than using the filter. But now what we've got is something that kind of works. Interestingly enough, I can't actually see the present name, which would be rather nice. So for some reason that's disappeared. So I'm going to look on this thing here, this field here, and look at the property. Put the text property. Yeah, this it always does this. This item dot compliance asset ID. It's a field that exists within every SharePoint list. So what we've now got is Fran. We're getting her a thing, and we haven't got it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a bit smaller, move it up here, and move this thing literally thing up to here, and I'm gonna shorten, well, compress this somewhat. I could obviously spend quite a long time messing around with all this, but what we've got is we should have now. I'm going to move this lot to the top. There we are, and hopefully, yeah, we can compress this up quite considerably. So there we are. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I can add more items, so I can start using this now. I can add this, I can add my person, put Michael in there, let's get him a bike, and have we purchased it, and we'll go with yes on that, and I'll press the OK button, and in it goes. And I guess you can see straight away that that a little bit of formatting wouldn't go amiss here. So let's move that across, and we'll see that the size of the box isn't quite right. So there we are. So I'm at this point, I'm happy with that. That's it's an app that'll work. I could probably sort this slightly better so that so that all the friends stay together and so on. But I think that's a job for another day. And in any case, what I can do is I can just filter on the name anyway. So in fact, I'm just going to do a little quick run through, add another item, add a person, hit the Fran, and present, and let's say it's a jewellery, and we'll put purchased, and we'll say no on that. And so when we look at Fran, what we can see is I haven't bought her anything yet. Oh, what a pity. So hopefully that's been helpful to you. We're all done. I'm afraid it's taken 17 odd minutes, but yeah, hopefully this is a nice little intro to PowerApps. Hi there. So yeah, I didn't actually manage to finish this off so that you could fully publish it, etc. So the final stage in the process is to go to File. As it happens, I've already saved it, but when you save it, then you get to publish it. And when you publish it, you get to edit the details. And when you edit the details, you can change the background, which I could make a kind of Christmassy green color, and then I can browse for an image. Now I have put this in some obscure location. Yeah, so I've found my location here. It's this file here. You really want to go for square images essentially. So I'm going to hit the OK button on that, and then curiously you have to go back to where you kind of came from. You then save it again. And then you go to publish. Yeah, you can see that the icon is going to be okay now. I'm going to hit publish this version, and once it's published, which obviously was very quick, you can then make use of it. You can share it out, all those sorts of things. In my case, I'll just make use of it. So what we can see here, it was modified 23 seconds ago, and I can now open it, and this is like running it as a proper app, so to speak. It works very nicely on the phone, this sort of thing, in particular if you've got a Wi-Fi connection. So we can hit the plus button, and we go for person here, Paul, present, beer, purchased, we go with no and hit the OK button, and there we are. There we have it. It's all working nicely. Okay, hope this helps your Christmases, and thanks very much. Bye.